Hello Internet. Today I'm going to be making the first video in a series of videos I plan to make, which are going to serve as buyer's guides for the 2nd edition Dungeons & Dragons setting, Dark Sun. If you don't know what Dark Sun is, this video isn't for you, and there's plenty of videos you can find on YouTube that cover what Dark Sun is and go into the lore of the setting. This video isn't going to touch on the lore at all. So if you literally have never heard of it before, this is not the video to start. But if you know at least a little bit of basics about what it is, and you've decided that you want to start buying the 2nd edition products that were released, this is the video for you to start with. I wish I had these videos when I started buying the 2nd edition material off of eBay and Facebook Marketplace and whatnot, and so that's what I hope these videos to be, is videos that educate you on what you need to buy, what to avoid buying, and I'm going to be showing off what each product has in it. That way you know when you buy it what it should come with, so you can really look on eBay and be like, oh well none of the photos include this, and so I don't want to buy it because I don't know if it has that or not, that kind of thing. Another thing these videos are going to do is assume that you don't know much about older editions of D&D, because I didn't know basically anything about older editions of D&D when I first got into this, other than, the scary Thaco, oh no, that kind of stuff. I'm only going to really teach, the basics, but if you're someone who has only played 5th edition, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to teach you just what you need to know, basically, to start buying these things. That's exactly what I had going into this. I only knew 5th edition. So I had to do a lot of research and work on my own to figure some stuff out. I was like, man, what is a boxed set? How is that different from, a module, and stuff like that. So I'm going to be going over that stuff. Dark Sun was released in 1991 by a company called TSR. You can see the logo down here. TSR was founded by Gary Gygax. They're the company that made D&D, when D&D was first being created. I don't remember the year they were founded, but I know that they were bought by Wizards of the Coast in 1997 and dissolved. And shortly after that, in 2000 or 2001, is when Wizards of the Coast was bought by Hasbro. Dark Sun released in 91, so it was nearing the end of TSR's life, but in order to start with the setting, you need to get this box set. This box set is absolutely necessary to start running Dark Sun in 2nd edition, and you also need the complete Psionics Handbook. It is necessary to start running in 2nd edition. Obviously, any of these products you can buy print on demand. Anything Dark Sun you can buy print on demand. That's not what this video is going to go over, though. If you just want to buy print on demand, you don't need these videos. If you're looking to buy the official stuff, these are the videos that you're going to want to watch. The complete Psionics Handbook is just a book, basically, and really the only reason to get the original version of this over print on demand is just the authenticity of it. Whereas the box set, if you buy the print-on-demand version, you don't get 2 awesome maps and 1 awesome poster, and you don't get the authentic experience, and you don't get the spiral books that come with it either. So I would definitely recommend buying this over the print-on-demand version if you can afford it. The box set in mint or near mint condition is going to probably set you back about $300 on eBay. If you find it shrink-wrapped, mint condition, I've seen those sell for anywhere from $500 to $700 before. So good luck getting one of those. They're very rare and few and far between. And then the complete Psionics Handbook is going to be less than $100, probably near $100. But if you pay even a good condition copy, unless it's shrink-wrapped, and if you pay more than $100, then you're getting kind of ripped off, I think. If it's shrink-wrapped, I could see it going for $200. But I bought my copy. As you can see, it's near mint condition, and I've kept it pretty much in the same condition it came in. For $200, I think, maybe $250. Well worth the price, though. So let's start digging into what the box set includes. This box set has 2 spiral books. One of them is the Dungeon Master's book. The other is the Player Aid cards. It has the Wanderer's Journal, which is basically the lore book. This is basically the Bible of the setting. If you don't know much of the lore, this is what you read first. Then it has the Rules book, which just goes over the rules of Dark Sun compared to regular 2nd edition. It has 2 maps. This is the first map I'll show you. It is a map of the city of Tyr. So it's basically a paper map, but it's really high quality, thick paper. It's not double-sided, it's just one-sided, but this is kind of what it looks like. It's definitely one of the best maps of any Dark Sun product, to be perfectly honest. And then it includes a second map, which I actually have framed back here that you can see. This is a map of the Tablelands, basically the Dark Sun area that you play in, kind of is this. Obviously, it's a bit too big to fit in the frame here, but yeah, you can see it there. This is actually double-sided. On the other side is a black and white copy of the map with a hex overlay. The box set also comes with a poster, which is as big as the maps, and it has the iconic art of the setting. So it has this sort of guy on the front, like you saw on the box, and then it has these other characters. And yeah, it's just basically something you're meant to hang on a wall, I guess. I don't have this framed, not sure if I ever will, but it has that. And then it has 2 more things. It has a errata sheet of paper for the complete Psionics Handbook. And then it has a short story that you're meant to read for just a little bit of context for the adventure that's included in this box set. It's just called A Little Knowledge. So obviously, the poster, the errata, and the short story aren't too important. You could really do without any of those, but if you want everything that it should have, that's what it should have. The spiral books, the Player's Aid cards, is basically black and white photos that help show the players pictures throughout the adventure of what they're looking at. It really helps them get an image of the terrain, which is great. Very useful and unique for Dark Sun as well. I guess I should say unique for 2nd edition. And then the Dungeon Master's book is basically the actual adventure. None of the adventure is detailed in these books, it's just in the spiral book. So that's the box set. And then there's the complete Psionics Handbook, which there's not much to say about this. It just has the rules for psionics, it has the Scion class, and all the powers that you can get as a Scion, and some pretty out there art. This book is necessary because in Dark Sun, every character has a psionic power, whether they are a Scion class or not. And that is why it is so necessary to have. Also because a lot of creatures in Dark Sun have psionic powers. There's a video I'm going to link in the description that I recommend watching if you need help learning the psionics rules for 2nd edition. I needed a lot of help learning them. I'm still learning them because I've only recently started actually running games in 2nd edition. But there's a video by this channel called D&D Ditches. He has a Psionics Handbook like Retrospective, but in that video he goes over the rules step by step for making a character. He actually makes a character on the video, and then he even runs a psionic combat example in the video, which is great. I've seen that video multiple times. to really get that information in my head. So even if you don't want to run the adventure, you need the rule book that's in there, and the maps are the best part, in my opinion. Like, especially if you're coming from 5th edition, the maps are like amazing quality. You know, me coming from 5th edition, I was kind of like, wow, I can't believe we don't have this quality of stuff anymore in our adventures. It's a shame, but I would give the box set like a 4.5 out of 5 rating. It's kind of weird to rate the box set because it's like, well, you need it anyway, so even if it was bad, you need it, you know. Pretty good, does a great job at introducing you to the setting. The adventure is a great introductory adventure, but the only reason I really dock it half a point is the adventure just has some small issues. Basically, it's really a railroad adventure, and it tries to play off that it's not. Like, it tries to tell you, hey, you can skip these encounters if you want. Because the book really, the DM book is just a list of encounters that you're meant to just put in, and then what happens in between those encounters is up to you. But my point is, there's a few encounters that you just can't skip, because if you skip them, you're skipping the entire story of the adventure. And so you definitely have to make sure your players get to those encounters, which is just, by definition, you know, a railroad. But it's not that bad, really. It's a great adventure nonetheless. So yeah, that's this buyer's guide. But that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.